Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today for my fall baking series, we are going to make the Skinny Taste low-fat banana pumpkin bread with pecans. I am so excited to make this recipe. I've never made it before. I just love everything pumpkin. I know I said I would do 4 apple recipes, but I'm just like ready to get into the pumpkin recipes. So if you are interested in this recipe, I will have the original link down below. I am not changing a thing from the recipe. It is all going to be the same. So go check out that link if you want all the measurements and everything, because this is like a talk through video. I'm not just gonna like add text to me doing it. I'm chatting through it, because I thought that'd be funner this time. So if you're interested in watching me make some low-fat banana pumpkin bread with pecans, let's keep on watching. I'm not sure of the points actually off the top of my head. I will have them at the end of the recipe. So keep watching if you want to see how I make this. All right, guys. So for the first part of this recipe, you are going to need, I figured this time I would chat through it so that it wasn't complete silence the entire time I was doing this, because I don't have music that I could put in it. So the first thing you're going to need is 2.5 cups of flour. 1, 2.5. Next, you're going to need a baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons. 1.5. Next comes the good stuff. We need cinnamon and pumpkin spice. These two spices just smell so good together. I am so excited that it's finally pumpkin season again. You're gonna need 1.5 teaspoons of the pumpkin spice. I love pumpkin. I'm not precisely measuring, I'm just guessing, because you can never go wrong with too much pumpkin pie spice. Oh, it smells so good just opening it. And then 1 teaspoon of the cinnamon. It doesn't fit, I went to do that. But again, the spices don't need to be accurate. That was like 1.5 as well. Oh well. And then you're going to need 1/2 teaspoon salt. Again, I never really measure the salt, I just guess. Oh, there we go. Then you're going to mix this well with a whisk, because you want everything to be well mixed in the flour part of the mixture, because then it'll be spread evenly through the rest of the batter. So I usually go around, I count in like my head 30 seconds or until it just seems really well blended to me. You don't want you want the baking soda to be well incorporated, because it'll rise better. So the more, you can't overmix this part. Overmixing is when you mix the wet ingredients into this. So you can't go wrong with overmixing this. But I think this looks about good. Oh, it just smells to die for. All right, so now I'm going to get the next bowl and we will mix together our wet ingredients. Okay, for this part, you are going to need an electric mixer, whether it be a hand mixer, sorry, that's so zoomed in, or like a big stand mixer. I'm just using the hand one right now. And you are going to beat together 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter with 1 cup light brown sugar, not packed. I don't know if I have a cup. Either way, I think it'll be okay. You're not supposed to pack it in this recipe. So I'm just going to dump it in, see what we have. We have a big mess. That's what we have. We have just about a cup, so that works out perfectly. And then I'm going to blend this with my hand mixer. Or we call this creaming in the baking world. It doesn't seem like enough butter, but it is a healthy low-fat recipe, guys. So I'm just going to beat this for a while until it's all light and fluffy. Okay, so the next part, you're going to need 4 egg whites in here. I am just going to separate my eggs by cracking it and using the shell to separate the egg yolks. So I'm going to get 4 egg whites going in here, and then I'm going to dump them in there and add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so I'm going to add the egg whites. And then I'm going to add the pumpkin. You will need 1.5 cups of pureed pumpkin. I have the Libby's brand on hand, so I'm just going to open this and measure it up. I oddly love the smell of pureed pumpkin. I don't know why. I think it just reminds me of fall and Thanksgiving, but the smell of it just like makes me happy. Don't ask me why, guys. I know it's weird. All right, and now I have. And then you need 3 smushed bananas. Mine are not particularly very ripe, but they were getting brown. So the more brown or black they are, the sweeter they are, which is better for baking. But today, they'll do. All right, in goes the bananas. I've never had a banana pumpkin bread before, so I'm really excited to try this one. Then you will need a 1/2 cup of the unsweetened applesauce. Oops, I got a little in there by mistake. So we'll mix a little bit more. All right. Oh, this smells delicious. And then, last but not least, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. When I bake with the kids, we call vanilla extract. We do a little bit extra as our secret ingredient, and we always blow kisses into whatever we're baking to add love to our recipe. They love it, and it's just become like a tradition of ours, and I hope to, when I have kids, pass that along to them. So now we are going to beat all of this together. All right, that looks good to me. And now I'm going to add the flour mixture to the wet mixture. And I'm going to add 3 ounces or 3/4 cup of chopped pecans. All right, we only had whole pecans here, so I just put some pecans in a bag, and I used this end of a masher to like chop them up. They're not like smushed up, but now I'm gonna measure out 3/4 cup. 1, 2, oh, I almost had exactly 3/4 cup in there. 3. And now the recipe says to use the beater again to mix this all together. But at this point, I really much prefer to use, to hand mix it just so I don't overmix. 2, I think it's 8 by 5, I don't know. You are going to grease your bread loaf pans, whatever you call them. You see, I feel like this is almost done, and with a hand mixer, you could have over mixed it. So I'm gonna get this into my bread pans and then pop this in the oven. You pop this in the oven at 350 degrees for, I think it is, oh my God, it just smells so good, guys. I think it's for 50 minutes. I'm not sure. I think it is, yeah. Let's taste it. Oh my God. It is so delicious. All right, so I'm gonna get this in my baking pans and then in the oven.